Silly Goose. Silly Goose University. I am your instructor, Miss Sofa. You want to be magnetic. You want people to come to you. You want people to ask you to hang out. You want people to reach out to you first. I got you. The very first thing that I have to say is confidence, okay? You want to be magnetic, you have to be confident, okay? And I'm not talking about like fake confidence where you like fake it till you make it bullshit. No, I'm talking about like real, like inner knowing, inner confidence, like it's coming from the inside, like you don't need anybody around you to validate you, like you know who you are. You need to have that confidence, okay, first and foremost, because people can smell that, okay? People aren't stupid, okay? This is the one thing. If you're gonna take anything away from this video, you need to know people around you aren't stupid, okay? They can see, they can sense, like they can feel. If your vibes are confident and you're genuinely confident, you don't need validation from anybody else. People are gonna pick that up real quick, because guess what? Those people aren't gonna be able to tear you down. Okay, a lot of people say a lot of bullshit all the time. They're gonna make like little remarks and all this stupid crap, you know, but it's up to you to decide whether you're gonna let that shit get to you or not. So the very first thing is to be confident, and if you need more tips on how to be confident, I have made a video about it, so go check it out. Confidence definitely takes time. I'm more confident now more than ever, but I remember there was a time where I wasn't, and it was difficult for me, and I had to like fake it till I made it, but it didn't really work. People know when it's real and when you're faking it. Next on how to be magnetic, and I think this is so important, and this from personal experience, is to be genuine in your intentions. Because listen, nobody likes a fake bitch. Nobody likes a fake bitch. Just be genuine. Whether you like something or you don't like something, just be honest about it. You know, you don't gotta be rude. But I've had so many situations in my life, like for example, people who claim that they're like, oh, like Sophia, I think we should go out. Like I think you and I should hang out. I think, oh my god, you're so cool. I love you so much. La, la, la. It's fake. They don't like me, and I know that. I feel it. They've told other people about it, but then they're like coming up to me and being like, oh my god, we should hang out. Like we should totally. I'm like, what are you doing? This isn't cute. This isn't a cool look. Nobody likes people who are not genuine. No, I don't know about any of y'all, but I don't like that. If I don't like somebody, for example, this is just an example. Like, if I don't like somebody, I'm not gonna go out of my way to like approach them and like talk to them all the time. There's nothing wrong with disliking somebody. Like, not everybody's gonna get along. Like, we all have different personalities and all that. Sometimes personalities don't mesh, and that's okay. But just being fake with people, or being fake with your intentions, you know, and just being really like, oh yeah, but it really, it's like, oh no. Nobody likes that. And again, people will catch on. Like, again, people aren't stupid. Okay, people aren't stupid. They're gonna catch on to that sooner or later. So being genuine is really, really important. Next step is to stop caring so much. This kind of goes into the confidence, okay? But stop caring so much about like other people's perception of you. If you know that your intentions are genuine and you're just trying to do good and you're just out there living your silly goose life, being your silly goose self, like who cares? Like who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? If you're having fun, you're not hurting nobody, you have good people around you, you're just trying to have a good time in life, who cares? Who cares? I find that a lot of people like really care about like, oh my god, what is that person gonna think of me if I like say that, or if I do that, or it's like, who cares? Who cares? Just do it. If it's not hurting nobody, who cares? Avoid comparing yourself to other people, okay? Because when you start to compare yourself with other people, this kind of shows like a lack of confidence, that you're not confident in who you are. You're not confident in your individuality. You don't think you're unique in any way when you start to compare yourself and being like, oh, that person's better than me. Now listen, we're all insecure in some ways. Everybody has like a little bit of insecurity, and that's fine. But when you're constantly like comparing yourself to others, or you think you're not enough, like people are gonna sense that, you know, and they're gonna view you as somebody who's like not confident in themselves, which kind of like makes them not want to be around you because you're not sure of yourself. Which leads me into my next point, which is embracing your quirks. I did a video about this a really long time ago, but I basically talked about how like I used to think that I was weird. Like I used to think all my little quirks that I had were like weird, and I always tried to be like normal. I don't even know what the fuck normal is, honestly. Somebody comment down below, let me know what the fuck normal means. I don't even know what that is. I've never met anybody who's normal. I think everybody's weird as fuck. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, like, people are weird. Like, everyone's super fucking weird, especially as you get older. I feel like that's, like, such a, like, a kid thing, you know? But when you get older, you just start to realize that everyone's so fucking weird. And the more you grow up, the less you care about like how you are perceived by other people. I feel like when you're younger, it's like a lot harder just because you feel like you're always in like the public eye, especially if you go to like public school or something like that. Honestly, even some adults don't grow out of it, okay? They can't embrace their quirks. Like they want to like just be just be still, just be normal and like not do anything weird. I don't get that. I like to have fun. Again, just have fun. You have one life. Like really, you're really gonna sit there and try to pretend to be normal or like not make that joke or not make that person laugh or like not do that embarrassing thing because you're scared of like the perception of others. Who cares? Like people are gonna watch you. They're gonna watch you do that thing. They're gonna hear you say that thing, that embarrassing thing that you're worried about, and then they're gonna forget about it in like 5 minutes. Like nobody's really that attached. One of the things that people love to make fun of me for is I say, oh really? I don't say really like a normal person, like especially like if someone's telling me a story and I'm like kind of shocked by it, or I'm like, oh, like, you know, I'm like, oh really? People make fun of me so much for that. I've gotten so much shit for that, and I think it's hilarious, honestly. When people make fun of me, I just laugh. I support it. Like just laugh it off. I remember there was this one girl that went with me to middle school. I still remember her, and I remember her name, and I remember one time she like fell or something happened, and I just remember her like hysterically laughing, and I was like, how can you just like fall down like that in front of like a bunch of people and just laugh? And she's like, girl, she's like, sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself. And I honestly, that's like one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received from this girl. I'm like 6th grade, like that's crazy, but it's really true. Just laugh at yourself. Learn to laugh at yourself. Embrace your weirdness. If you embrace your own weirdness, other people are going to be forced to like embrace it as well. You know what I mean? Like if you are like super accepting of yourself and your own weirdness, other people aren't gonna like reject you for it. They're not gonna be like, oh, she's weird. No, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm on board with this chick. I'm on board with this dude. Like, he's funny, he's weird, she's funny, she's weird, you know what I mean? And you're like confident about that, right? It all resorts back to confidence. That's why that was like my first point. Just, you gotta be confident, okay? And I know that that's like a very like general statement. I know there's a lot that goes into that, but that's really what it boils down to. Be curious about other people. Again, this is something that I always preach, and I've always preached, but being curious about other people, asking other people questions, listening to other people, hearing other people out, and really like listening to other people, okay? Not cutting them off and starting to talk about something else. I feel like a lot of, you know, people that I have met in my life or like whatever, you know, it's like I talk to them about one thing and then they just like start talking about something like completely different that I wasn't even talking about, and it makes me feel unheard, you know, and nobody wants to feel unheard. Like people want to feel heard. And so this is like one of those things that I preach. Make sure that you are good at listening to other people, because guess what people like to talk about? Themselves. People love to talk about themselves. They can run their mouth all day about themselves. If you just keep asking somebody questions about them, or like ask them to elaborate on something that they're talking about, they're gonna get so excited and they're gonna love talking to you, you know, because they'll know that you can listen. Of course, I do feel like there needs to be a balance. It shouldn't be where like one person is always listening and one person is always talking, unless like you like that dynamic. But it's always good to hear other people out. I feel like we don't have enough of that in this day and time. Like, I feel like everyone's like super ADHD. Nobody can pay attention or focus or do anything. I'm like putting my hand in the camera. I'm like, hey, yeah, hey. If you want to be magnetic and mesmerizing and any synonym with that, be funny. Just be funny. Dude, I can't, like, this is something that I will always preach. This is one of those things that I have always stuck to. Be funny. I have never, like, listen, nobody's gonna dislike a funny person. Like, I love funny people. I want to be around funny people. They will make me laugh. They will brighten my day. They will boost my mood. If I'm ever in a bad mood, I will go up to a funny person and they'll say some funny shit. They'll say some like weird, quirky shit, and I'll be like, oh my God, like, thank you. I love those people. I just love those people. You don't even have to be like stand-up comedian type of funny, right? But like situational humor, just like saying some lighthearted stuff, like making like little quirky jokes, something like that. Like that is always something that is so valuable to me and other people. And I am always drawn to be around those people. I want to talk to those people. So if you can find a way to just maybe be a little like, ooh, be a little spicy, a little sassy, a little like, hoo, making a little joke, people are gonna love you. They will. Like, I've never met somebody who's like, I hate funny people. If you hate funny people, please don't talk to me. Just don't. Don't address to me. Thank you. Follow through on your plans, okay? And I'm talking about flakiness, okay? I'm talking about those people that consistently and constantly flake on you, okay? Like, this is not, this is like top 5 on my pet peeves list, and people, I cannot stand somebody who is flaky. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna deal with it. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to hang out with you because you're just gonna flake. Now, obviously, shit happens sometimes. You know, you make plans, you gotta cancel them, like, you know, whatever. But when it's like consistently every single time, someone's always bailing on you, they don't respect you. They don't respect your time. Like, really? And if your friend, or if a person in your life is constantly like, you know, being like, oh my God, yeah, let's hang out like this day, this time, and you know, request off work, or you know, take a day off, or you cancel all your plans with all your other friends just to hang out with this person, and then they bail, that's shit. That is really shitty. I don't like that. I'm not going to tolerate that. And I just think it's shitty. So try to follow through on your plans, especially if you're making somebody like take off work, or, you know, if it's like a big plan that you're making with somebody, don't cancel on them. Like, that's rude. If it's like a small little thing, whatever, that you plan last minute, whatever, like, you know, shit happens. But when it's like constantly and consistently, it's like, it's not okay. I would just feel so shitty if like somebody took off their whole day for me, or if somebody canceled plans with like other things or doing other things just for me, and I canceled on them just because whatever, and I didn't have a real reason for it. It's shit. I don't know how people do this. I see it so much. I don't do it. I don't get out. I'm so serious about that. Why am I sitting so properly? Look at me. I'm like, hi. I'm like, this is my little like desk. I'm like, hey. Actually, I have a notebook here and a pen and everything. Like, I'm so prepared to learn. Take notes, you guys. Be thoughtful, you guys. This is something that's like, okay, like, think about other people and think about how you would feel if you were in their shoes. I try to do this as often as I can. Just make sure that you're making the people around you feel comfortable, because I've been in situations where it's like people are making me feel uncomfortable, and I'm just like, dude, like, you're doing this on purpose. Like, you know what you're doing, and you're doing this on purpose, and it's just like, why are you doing this? Just be more thoughtful of how you're making other people feel. This is something that I always like to do. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and think about how that would make you feel, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense. Probably not, but you get it. I hope you get it. We at the Silly Goose University are smart. I'm pretty sure some other YouTuber has that already, like Silly Goose University stuff. Well, that's okay. We can have Silly Goose University 2. Yeah. Okay, this one. Be humble. Nobody likes the person who flaunts. Like, nobody likes a person who shows off. Oh my God, I've met a couple people in my life who like show off everything, who have lied about their entire lives to make themselves look cooler, seemingly cooler. And I'm like, honestly, you would have been cooler if you were real. Honestly, I've had a person tell me that they live in like this really nice, rich neighborhood and like a huge house, and then, you know, this person's parents does a certain thing for a living, and then, you know, this person makes a certain amount of money, and blah, 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 and like, look at all my cool, expensive clothes that I'm wearing. All a lie. Everything's a lie. This is not an attractive quality, first of all. People are going to chew you out. They're going to see right through you. There's a problem when somebody is constantly bragging, okay? If you're constantly bragging, that means you're trying to compensate for something. And usually, you know, in my experience, if someone's constantly bragging about like different areas of their life, that means they don't actually have what they're bragging about. Like, they're lying or they're exaggerating. You know what I mean? So just be humble, okay? People like a humble person. Like, let's say even if you do have all the cool clothes, the money, the cars, blah, blah, great. Be humble about it. Like, don't go out there being like, look at my Lambo. Everybody's gonna be like, okay. And like, I'm the type of person, I care more about your personality. What kind of a friend are you? What kind of a son are you? What kind of a daughter are you? How do you treat your family? How do you treat your friends? How do you treat your coworkers? How do you treat the server at the restaurant when you go out? That's what I care about more. That's what I value more, okay? I don't value your Lambo, okay? A Lambo's nice, you know? Money's nice. Cool clothes are nice, but who are you internally? Okay, that's what matters more. And so just don't flex is what I'm trying to say. I've met so many of these people. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, you don't look good right now. Hold up, bitch, sit down. Hold up, bitch, be humble. Hold up, bitch, sit down. Okay, show is over. Thank you. And the last one that I'm going to mention in this video is learning how to manage your emotions, which I feel like should be a whole separate video in of itself. But nobody likes a super emotional person, and this is coming from me. I feel like I'm super emotional, but I try to, you know, especially in public settings and group settings, like, you know, with friends and stuff like that, like, I try to control myself, because ain't nobody Ain't nobody likes a crybaby. I used to be that person that like comes to parties or like whatever if I get invited out. And this was like when I was way young, you know, I would be like 11, 12, whatever. And I would be like super emotional in my feels, and I would like start all this drama and like start crying and try to bring attention to myself. But even right now I'm seeing this, like people my age, like I'm 23 right now, and I'm still seeing people do this. I'm like, guys, like it's fine when you're young and like whatever, but now like we're like adults now, like it's time to grow up. Like, no, don't be that person that comes to a party and like ruins a party. Okay, I've seen that way too many times. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to bring attention onto yourself? Just have a good time. Be the vibe. Be the vibe. Be the person that people want to come and talk to. Okay, don't be this like, oh, like I just don't feel like people are talking to me here. Go and talk to people. Go talk to people. You're at a party. Like, be social, be fun, like have some fun. Learn to control your emotions. Don't let your emotions take over you, okay? Because your emotions are temporary, you know, they come and go. It's like you feel them, they're there, that's fine, but you just got to use your brain and be more logical most of the time. So managing your emotions is really important, and it's hard to do because sometimes we got really strong emotions, and like, trust me, I know it takes time, but try to do it. Like I said, especially in a public setting, like nobody wants to see you like start any shit, start any drama, or be like all like weird and acting weird and like, you know, trying to bring all the attention onto you. Like, you know what I mean? Think of what the vibe is, like the positive vibe. Like, think of what that is and just be it. All right, you guys, this was a lesson at Silly Goose University. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.